Drills to build the read and react offense. Introduction.
The real secret of the read and react offense lies in the series of build-up drills that both teach the offense and ingrain the read and react habits into your players. Some of the advantages of these drills are 2, 3, or 4 players with one ball can get high amounts of repetition. The more reps, the quicker the reactions turn into habits. The drills collapse time frames by allowing the coach to teach the fundamentals of the game like shooting, ball handling, passing, and one-on-one, while simultaneously building the habits necessary to run the read and react offense. The read and react drills can be used in the off-season or in preseason workouts for fundamentals and conditioning. But unlike random conditioning drills, the read and react drills also embed the read and react offense habits into your players. It's quite possible that your players could begin the first day of practice and already be able to run their offense. Now, I know that drill work is not very glamorous, but the truth is, it's where the rubber meets the road. You'll have limited success and a lot of frustration if you teach the layers of the offense without also having the 2-player habits that these drills will give your players. Without the habits, you'll be asking your players to think. Do I basket cut or do I circle move? That's a power dribble. Do I cut, slide, or move behind him and take the ball from him? Oh no, I'm in the lane and my teammate's driving. Where do I go? That won't work. As a coach, if I see my players thinking, then I know their movements are not yet habits. And that tells me that we need to drill more.
Adding drills to your practice plans.
I have one last thought that you might apply to your practice organization. Since there's a limited amount of time, an addition of 20 to 30 minutes of drills will put you over schedule. So why not lump these read and react drills into your fundamental drills? Here's what I mean. Instead of separate shooting drills, why not use these for shooting? Instead of separate layup or passing drills, why not emphasize and teach those skills using these read and react drills? In this manner, you can collapse multiple time frames in your practice schedule. Why is this important? Because your players can never get enough reps. The more time you can spend in these drills, the more likely these reads and reactions will become habits. And eventually, those habits will become instinct. Once they reach the level of instinct, your players' minds will be free to play the game at an entirely different and much higher level than they've ever played.
Drills format.
The drills come in 2 formats. The first format is drills by the number of players. The order of the chapters are 2 players plus 1 coach, 15 fundamental 3-player drills, 30 3-player drills with complete rotation, 4-player drills, 5-player transition drills, and advanced drills. The second format is drills by the layers of the offense. This section shows all the drills in the same order as the offense is taught. As an example, the first layer of the offense is dribble penetration. Therefore, all the drills for this layer are shown along with the advanced drills, and they're demonstrated with 2, 3, and 4 players wherever it's possible. When all the drills for that layer are exhausted, the next layer of the offense is presented with all of its drills, so forth and so on. Chapter markers are embedded so that you can navigate quickly from layer to layer. Let's get started with drills by the number of players.
Two players plus 1 coach.
I did this to simulate the off-season or preseason workouts when it's only legal for you to work with 2 players.
Natural pitch. Middle drive and dish to baseline cutter. Wing drive and dish to baseline cutter. Safety valve. Read the drive. Which way to circle? Corner to corner. Corner to 90-degree. Corner to 45-degree. Front cut. Rear cut. Fill up the empty spot. Overplayed. Rear cut. Corner drives baseline. Post slides up to free throw line elbow. Wing drives middle. Ball side post slides to short corner. Point drives middle. Dish to post sliding to short corner. Speed dribble. Power dribble. Circle reverse. Pass, cut, and backscreen your way out. Post rear cuts. Post slides to short corner. No pass. Circle moves to safety valve. Four cuts after feeding the post. Pin screen and skip pass. "15 fundamental three-player drills."
These are the bare necessities that are needed to build the offense. If I only had time for 15 drills, these would be the ones.
Train circle movement. Natural pitch or safety valve. Choose pitch or dish. Up top drives middle.
Two.
Choose pitch or dish. Wing drives middle. Corner to corner. Front cut. Rear cut. Fill the empty spot. Defense over the read line. Rear cut. Wing drives baseline. Post eye cuts to 90-degree window. Point drives middle. Dish to post sliding to short corner. Speed dribble. Power dribble. Circle reverse. Pass, cut, and backscreen your way out. Four cuts after feeding the post. Pin screen and skip pass. Three players with rotation. 30 drills to build the read and react offense.
These are the same 15 fundamental drills along with 15 extra drills that keep your players from getting stagnant. The players demonstrate how to rotate through the drill to get in maximum reps in minimum time.
Natural pitch. Safety valve. Train circle movement, natural pitch or safety valve. Choose pitch or dish. Up top drives middle. Choose pitch or dish. Wing drives middle. Corner to corner. Corner to 45-degree. Front cut. Rear cut. Fill the empty spot. Defense over the read line. Rear cut. Fill the spot. Catch. Defense over recovers. Sweep and go. Combine overplay sweep with circle movement safety valve. Wing drives baseline. Post eye cuts to 90-degree window. Wing drives middle. Dish to short corner. Wing drives baseline. Weak side post eye cuts to 45-degree window. Wing drives middle. Dish to weak side post in short corner. Point drives middle. Dish to post sliding to short corner. Speed dribble. Power dribble. Combine power dribble with circle movement natural pitch. Circle reverse.
Force her out. Oh, good.
Two circle reverses in a row. Pass cut and back screen your way out for a layup. Pass cut and back screen. Shape up for a three-point shot. Back screens from random spots. Point drives middle. Defender follows post. Post rear cuts. Post not open in the short corner. Post circle moves to safety valve. Combine circle move safety valve with post eye cut slide. Four cuts after feeding the post. Pin screen and skip pass.
Good. Keep going. Give me two more.
Four-player drills to build a read and react offense.
Now, I like three-player drills because you can get a lot of reps in a short period of time for your entire team. I hate to see players standing in line. No one gets better standing in line. But sometimes the circumstances demand that you go to four players or to a line that rotates players into the drill. By no means are my examples the perfect or best way to use a fourth player in the drill. It's only meant to stimulate your imagination. By the way, sometimes this fourth player is using the drill to raise the skill level and better imitate the game. You be the judge.
Natural pitch. Safety valve. Train circle movement. Natural pitch or safety valve. Choose pitch or dish. Up top drives middle. Choose 45, 90, or safety valve. Wing drives middle. Choose dish, pitch, or safety valve. corner to corner. Corner to 45 degree. Front cut. Rear cut. Fill the empty spot. Defense over the read line. Rear cut. Wing drives baseline. Post eye cuts to 90-degree window. Wing drives baseline. Weak side post eye cuts to 45-degree window. Wing drives baseline. Choose between 90 and 45-degree window. Wing drives middle. Dish to post in short corner. Point drives middle. Dish to post sliding to short corner. Speed dribble. Power dribble. Circle reverse. Point drives middle. Defender follows post, post rear cuts. Post not open in the short corner. Post circle moves to safety valve. Pin screen and skip pass. Five-player drills to build the read and react offense from transition.
This serves two purposes. First, you'll eventually want to fold your full court transition into your half-court offense without a seam, hitch, or hesitation. But it serves a second purpose as well. If you had 10 or more players and a very limited amount of time, these drills could teach your rebound, outlet, and transition, the read and react half-court offense, and get in your conditioning all at one time.
First teaching level. 5 on no defenders. Pass and cut. Fill open spots. Practice front and rear cuts. Whether it's one trip or 10 consecutive trips, each layer of the offense can be taught in a full court setting to create seamless flow. Dribble penetration, circle movement. After a few pass and cuts, the ball is held until the cutters have filled out. Then the ball drives and pitches for a shot or dishes for a layup. Pass and cut. Read the overplay and rear cut. Pass, cut, fill out, and fill up. Read the coach. When he's over the read line, then rear cut for a layup. Cutters backscreen their way out to the perimeter. Besides the obvious threat of layups created by the backscreen habit, look for the following as well. Speed dribble. Power dribble in the mix of other read and react habits. Four out, one in post cuts. 3-out, 2-in dribble penetration. Second teaching level, add shell defenders. Example, defense is live only when 1, dribble penetration is attempted, 2, after feeding the ball to the post. Four out, 1 in, pass and cut, post blocking, post passing, Laker cut low. Five out, speed dribble, failed drive attempt, pass and cut, back screen layup. Four out, speed dribble, post play, Laker cut low, post back screens out. Five out, pin screen and skip, 4 out, 1 in, wing drive middle, circle move natural pitch. Third teaching level, live scrimmage. In place of live scrimmage, here are a few game clips from teams running the read and react offense. Advanced drills to build the read and react offense.
This is not a comprehensive collection. These are only meant to stimulate your imagination while showing the players how their habits are meant to flow together effortlessly. There are lots of combinations that naturally occur in the game. Whenever I see a good combination, I put them in a drill to reinforce them. Once you get the idea, I'm sure you'll come up with your own advanced drills to add to this collection.
Combine fill, overplay, sweep with circle movement safety valve. Combine power dribble with circle movement natural pitch. Combine fill, overplay, sweep with circle safety valve with post slide dish. Combine circle movement safety valve with baseline drive post eye cut. Combine speed dribble fake to set up overplay rear cut. Combine two circle reverses in a row. Combine pin and skip with baseline drive and choose post eye cut or natural pitch. Combine pin and skip with Laker cuts high and low. Drills by the layer of the read and react offense. Natural pitch. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Safety valve. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Natural pitch or safety valve. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. 4 players. Up top drives middle. Choose pitch or dish. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Wing drives middle. Choose pitch or dish. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Corner to corner. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Corner to 90-degree. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Corner to 45-degree. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Front cut. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Rear cut. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Fill the empty spot. Defense over the read line. Rear cut. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. 4 players. Fill the empty spot. Defense over recovers. Sweep and go. 3 players. Combinations that create flow, habit to habit. Combine overplay sweep with circle movement safety valve. 3 players. Four players. Point drives middle, post slides down to short corner. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Wing drives middle, ball side, or weak side post slides down the short corner. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Wing drives baseline. Ball side or weak side post slides up to 90-degree window. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Combinations that create flow, habit to habit. Combination. Circle move to safety valve with post eye cut. Speed dribble. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Combinations that create flow, habit to habit. Combination. Speed dribble with fill-up overplay rear cut. Power dribble. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. 4 players. Combinations that create flow, habit to habit. Combination, power dribble with circle movement, natural pitch. Circle reverse. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Combinations that create flow, habit to habit. Combine 2 circle reverses in a row. Pass, cut, and backscreen your way out. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players.
I never made any drills for layer 9 multiple back screens. I simply pointed them out when 5 offensive players began to use back screens in the offense. That's not to say that drills cannot be created, but I can't do it with 3 players. Since the second or third staggered screen might occur anywhere on the floor in relationship to the ball, it's best to point out that depending on the angles, these second and third screens will fall into the traditional categories of down screens, away screens, flare screens, etc. If you want to see every defensive position and every offensive counter for all types of screens without the ball, then you can find them in the last chapter of Scoring Without the Ball.
Point drives middle, post slides short corner, post defender follows, post rear cuts. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players. Ball drives middle, post slides to short corner, and circle moves to safety valve position. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. Four players.
I have no drills for layer 11 post blocking, although a 3-player drill could easily be created. Just understand that all the drills you're seeing were created because we needed them. In this layer, when we told a post player to screen for cutters and then shape up for the pass, he or she was able to do it. So I didn't create a drill just for drill's sake. That would be a waste of time. But if you see a need to teach it, and if your players need the repetition, then create one and send it to me.
Feed the post and make 1 of 4 cuts. 2 players plus 1 coach. 3 players.
There are no drills for Layer 13 3-out, 2-in dribble penetration game. Every read and reaction of the players without the ball on both the perimeter and the post have already been covered.
Pin screen and skip pass. 2 players plus 1 coach. Three players. 4 players. Combinations that create flow, habit to habit. Pin and skip with Laker cuts high and low. Combinations that create flow, habit to habit. Combination. Pin and skip with baseline drive, then choose post-eye cut or natural pitch.
Layer 15 on attacking zone defenses is like the 3-out, 2-in set. There are no new habits to be created.
The transition drills for Layer 16 are full court with 5 or more players. To view them, go to Drills by the number of players. Layer 17, advanced drills to create flow, were dispersed throughout the previous layers wherever they applied. To view them exclusively, go to Drills by the number of players. Noah basketball.
A lot of shooters can make 20 out of 25 from the line in practice, but it's much more difficult to consistently shoot 1 for 1, to make that first shot. When shooting 25 practice shots, you can use your first few shots to get the feel of the shot. If you miss, your muscles can make a subtle adjustment to make the next shot. But games don't work that way. Whether it's a free throw or a 3-point shot, you have to make the first shot in any given situation. Your muscle memory must know exactly what to do when you release the shot. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to explain why Noah can improve your 1 for 1 shooting, the only shooting that really counts. For me to recommend something and put my name behind it, it's going to have to be special. Noah is a new invention on the market that has unlocked some surprising and very important shooting realities. And so I'm recommending Noah to coaches and players everywhere. Great shooters, like the pros involved with Better Basketball, have stellar free throw and jump shooting statistics. They are great practice shooters, but more importantly, they're great game shooters. They consistently make 1 for 1. Each time they go to the free throw line, they're confident in their ability to get a swish 1 for 1. Each time they take a 3-point shot, they're confident that the shot will go down 1 for 1. Why are they some of the very best shooters in the game? Both good and great shooters can keep the ball consistently straight. As an example, anyone shooting over 70% from the free throw line has learned to keep the ball straight. In fact, the main goal of my techniques in Better Basketball shooting video is to train you to consistently shoot the ball straight in all situations, off the dribble, catch and shoot, on the move, or from the free throw line. Now, One of the key reasons that good and great players can learn to shoot straight is that each time they shoot, they receive instant feedback on whether their shot was straight or whether it was off the shot line to the right or left. If the ball goes a few inches to the left, they can see that the shot went left and can adjust their stroke on the next shot. Because of this instant feedback on straightness, no player would continue to practice shooting the ball 4 inches to the left for an entire practice session. So, if a player has done what it takes to keep the ball straight, then what is it that separates the good shooters from the great ones? The answer is simple. Great shooters shoot the ball the correct distance. They seldom miss short and long, as shown in this graphic. Each of the 9 dots show where the center of the ball went through the hoop for a scoring basket, and the X is the missed shot. Note that all 10 of these shots went straight, and they also had a tight distance grouping. Compare this with the hoop chart of the 70% shooter. Yes, the shots are all reasonably straight, but there is a lot of distance variation. 2 shots missed short, 1 shot missed long. Even the made shots had quite a bit of distance scatter. Here is the surprising new finding. Great shooters control distance by controlling arc. Control arc and you get controlled distance. That concept may take a few moments to sink in, so I'll spend the next few minutes of this video giving examples. But here's a promise that makes listening worthwhile. If you've already mastered controlling right and left, and you can then shoot with a very consistent medium height arc, you will shoot above 90% from the free throw line and near the top of your league in a three-point percentage. In the next few minutes of this video, I'll explain why this is true and how Noah can help you get there. Noah Basketball has done thousands of Noah sessions with players from high school, college, and the pros. Noah has proven that all great shooters deliver a very consistent medium height arc. Not too high, not too low. Always a consistent arc on every shot. These great shooters have strong muscle memory on the necessary power and release angle to deliver a very consistent medium height arc that goes the correct distance. Consider the free throw. Because their power and release angle for every free throw is correct and consistent, great shooters deliver a consistent medium height arc for every free throw, so they get a consistent distance for every free throw. This is also true for the three-point shot. Because their power and release angle for every three-pointer is correct and consistent, great shooters deliver a consistent medium height arc for every three-pointer, so they get a consistent distance for every three-point shot. These great shooters miss fewer shots short and long. Let me repeat this observation because it's the most important technique for you to learn with respect to arc. Strong muscle memory on power and release angle delivers a consistent medium height arc, which gives distance control. So these great shooters miss fewer shots short and long. But it's hard to train a consistent medium height arc because an athlete can't see the arc of the basketball that he or she shoots. A coach off to the side can see the arc, but not the shooter. From the shooter's view, the ball goes up and down in a line, but the arc isn't visible. Since shooters can't see their own arc, they're left to guess at proper arc. Remember my earlier comment that a shooter receives instant feedback on whether the shot is straight or not? And because of this, the shooter never accidentally practices shooting the ball 4 inches left for an entire practice session. This is not true for arc. A player can accidentally practice the wrong arc for an entire practice session and wind up developing the wrong muscle memory. Let me give an example with a fictitious player named Tom. On Monday, Tom shoots the ball with a specific power and a specific release angle to deliver a medium height arc for 200 three-point shots. Most of Tom's shots go the correct distance, so they're makes. Tom is building muscle memory on a specific power and release angle combination. Then on Wednesday, Tom accidentally shoots his first few shots with a lower release angle, and these flatter shots therefore hit the back of the rim. He adjusts by decreasing his power, and now the shots go the correct distance and go through the hoop. For the remainder of the 200-shot practice session, Tom shoots with a release angle and power that delivers a flatter arc. See the difference in the arcs between Monday's practice and Wednesday's practice? The Wednesday practice destroys the muscle memory distance control from Monday's practice. Tom has no idea that his shooting just got worse because of the bad practice on Wednesday. Tom would have been better off skipping that practice session. Now it's Friday, and Tom is back to shoot 200 more practice shots. What shot will Tom practice today? The Monday medium height shot, the Wednesday flat shot, or another completely different shot? Tom's case is not unusual. From the day that basketball was invented in 1892, all shooters have had to guess at their arc in practice. Each time they accidentally practice the wrong power and release angle combination, they confuse muscle memory. This bad practice is common. Learning is slow. Distance control suffers, so shooting percentage is lower. But now with Noah, this has changed. The first very important feature of the Noah way is that shooters get instant verbal feedback on arc, called Noah voice. Noah measures the arc angle of the ball as the ball approaches the hoop. A shot coming directly from the front is 0 degrees. A shot coming directly from the top is 90 degrees. An optimal arc is between 43 degrees and 50 degrees. Noah voice allows Tom to deliver the same power and release angle in every practice session. With Noah voice, Tom now practices only one arc, so he builds strong muscle memory for that combination of power and release angle. His distance control improves quickly, so his shooting percentage goes up. His body is trained to shoot only one shot. He shoots that shot with confidence. No guessing at the amount of power required to shoot the ball the correct distance. With that strong muscle memory, Tom is a consistent one-for-one shooter. Scientific studies prove that Noah voice instant feedback is a huge advantage for shooters. Training with Noah voice stops shooting slumps and improves shooting percentage. The second very important feature of the Noah way is that Noah captures the path of each shot through the air and makes a picture called Noah Vision. Here is a Noah Vision photo of a typical high school athlete shooting free throws. This is a real practice session in a real environment. I'll call him Jim. Jim took 25 shots, and Noah color codes the arc of each shot with red for long shots, dark blue for short shots, and green or yellow for shots going the perfect distance. Unfortunately, Jim is building muscle memory for a shot that's too flat. No matter how much he practices, Jim will never be a great shooter because the hoop effectively gets smaller when you shoot flat. In this graphic, the blue section is the bullseye. If the center of the ball goes through the bullseye, the shot is guaranteed to score. The flat arc shot has a bullseye that's much smaller than for a medium height arc. Noah Vision shows that Jim has reasonably good control at his release point, as seen by the tight grouping of the arc lines near his shooting hand. But the shot distance varies a lot by the time it reaches the hoop. Each time Jim goes to the free throw line, he's worried about making the shot. He is a poor one-for-one shooter, and as a result, makes only 55% of his free throws in games. Noah can correct this problem in a very simple way. Shortly, I'll show you Jim's amazing improvement after working with Noah for only 10 minutes. But first, let me show you examples of the great shooters with very consistent medium height arcs. Here is a Noah Vision picture of another high school player shooting free throws. I will call her Tina. Tina has developed strong muscle memory for both power and release angle using a correct arc. For Tina, all the shots travel essentially the same path to the basket with a medium height arc. Again, Noah color codes the arc of each shot with red for long shots, dark blue for short shots, and green or yellow for shots going the perfect distance. But now, all the lines are green or yellow. There's only one arc distance pattern for all great shooters, and it looks like this: tight at the hand, tight at the top, and tight at the hoop. Tina has very strong muscle memory for both power and release angle. She delivers a very consistent medium height arc, so she gets a consistent distance. Her muscles know exactly what to do each time she goes to the line. Tina is confident, and thus she's a great one-for-one shooter who makes 92% of her free throws in games. What is Noah? Noah is a product composed of computer, camera, speakers, and some amazing software. It sits off to the side of the court, unobtrusive, and talks to you just like a coach.
43.
The player does his shooting practice in the normal way, but now he receives this instant verbal arc feedback.
49.
Now let's see how Noah Voice and Noah Vision can help an athlete improve her one-for-one shooting. I know from previous workouts that Winter's free throw shot has a target arc of 44, a forgiving medium height arc. When she practices with Noah, her objective is to build strong muscle memory for power and release angle, so she's attempting to shoot the same shot every time. She wants the ball not only to score, but also to score with Noah Voice saying 44.
49.
That shot was a 49, so Winter knows she needs to decrease her release angle quite a bit on the next shot.
41.
That shot was a 41, so Winter knows she needs to increase her release angle a little bit on the next shot. These shots are scoring with the correct arc of 44.
44.
So Winter concentrates on learning the feel of that shot. With practice, nearly all of her shots will be at 44 and go the correct distance.
44.
Every practice session will burn muscle memory for that shot even stronger. At the end of her practice session, Winter gets a Noah printout. Note that Winter's average arc during the practice session was 44, so this was an excellent practice session for building muscle memory. Note that Noah also ranks Winter's shooting skill level. Winter is at the expert level, a high level of consistency. The master level is the highest level of shooting consistency. Only 1 out of 500 shooters achieve this level of muscle memory, some of the best shooters to ever play the game. The builder, shooter, and maker levels are below the expert level. These are skill scores achieved by most middle school and high school athletes, but also by quite a few college and pro athletes who are poor one-for-one shooters in games. Here is an example of a lower skilled high school shooter with an inconsistent shot. 2 athletes recently shot master level sessions at the men's Final Four coaches exhibition. They were not pro athletes, but rather 10th grade and 8th grade brothers who own a Noah at their home. They are incredible shooters because they have very consistent arcs and excellent distance control. And the one on the right is an 8th grader. What a competitive advantage. Look at the difference in arc and distance control between the inconsistent shooter on top and the 2 brothers on the bottom. Earlier, I said I would show you the improved results for Jim, the flat shooter. Jim was shooting with an arc angle of 38, which is flat with a small bullseye. With his Noah Vision summary, Jim knew he would have to shoot higher for a medium height arc. So his coach selected a target arc angle of 45. With Noah Voice feedback, Jim knew exactly how to shoot a correct 45 arc angle. After only 10 minutes of practice, Jim had the following results using the new arc. Jim's arcs are higher. He still has an expert level consistency, and he made more shots. This rapid improvement is common with Noah training. After a few more weeks of Noah training, Jim will have burned in the new muscle memory and the flat arcs will be gone. Jim is on his way to becoming a great one-for-one shooter. Remember, now that Noah is available, all current and future shooters have a huge advantage that was not available to my generation. Not using Noah at least once per week puts a shooter at a significant competitive shooting disadvantage. NOAA Vision and NOAA Voice will stop shooting slumps and increase your shooting percentage. Remember the promise: shoot the ball straight and with a very consistent medium height arc, and you will shoot above 90% from the free throw line and near the top of your league in three-point percentage. You can be a great one-for-one shooter, the only shooting that really counts. Today, it can be hard to get athletes to practice shooting, including NBA players. For most players from high school through the pros, there are more exciting things to do than go to the gym, like video games. NOAA helps counter this less shooting trend by adding video game-like features that attract athletes back to the court. The NOAA practice is interactive, it's competitive, it's engaging. Athletes shoot more. If you would like to learn more about the NOAA way to improve your one-for-one shooting, just visit the website at www.noaabasketball.com/bb or call 1-888-TRY-NOAA.
The Gun by Shootaway.
Repetition is the key to building a great shot. In fact, if there's one single factor that separates poor shooters from great shooters, I would say that it's repetition. Most players just don't give themselves a chance to be a great shooter because they are either unwilling or, in most cases, unable to get in a high enough number of reps to see real improvement. This is where the Gun by Shootaway solves the problem. The Gun is a tried and true machine that will rebound your shots, made or missed, and return them to you with a pass. It lets you shoot from all around the perimeter and count your makes and misses. I'm very familiar with the machine after having used it myself for the past 10 years to train and develop players. Check it out at www.shootaway.com, where you can even get a price discount on a gun if you mention I sent you there. Just the fact that the Gun enables you to get in about 300 shots in a 10-minute session should be enough to excite anyone serious about real shot development. Consider the following one-hour workout. A player shoots on the Gun for 10 minutes, followed by 2 minutes of rest and recovery. Repeat this 5 times in a row. 10 minutes shooting, 2 minutes resting, 10 minutes shooting, 2 resting, and in 1 hour, that player has logged about 1,000 to 1,500 shots, depending on how fast you have the Gun throwing balls out. And this workout includes 10 minutes of rest. My experience has been that anyone who can take the techniques that you've seen on this video and apply them to 500 shots per day for 6 to 8 weeks straight will take his or her game to another level. If you made a 500 minimum shot workout part of your daily basketball homework, the sky is almost the limit. Unless you have several people rebounding and passing for you, there is simply no other way to get in that number of shots in that period of time. If you must rebound and chase down your own shots, it becomes difficult to pose after the shot and check your form. With the Gun, you have the luxury of holding your follow through and checking your hands and feet, just as I've taught on this video. If you must rebound and chase down your own shots, you can't remember from shot to shot the little things that need to be corrected. With the Gun, you'll be taking another shot within about 2 to 5 seconds, giving you the ability to see and feel what needs to be corrected and then immediately make that correction with the next shot, just 2 seconds later. That's almost instant feedback. The Gun gives you a pass to catch just like in a real game. Catching a game-like pass is a skill that you can never get enough of. Good players have good hands, and a good catch leads to a good shot. The Gun can be adjusted to throw short 10-foot passes or passes well beyond the arc. The frequency of the pass can be adjusted as well. You can receive rapid-fire repetition, or you can slow it down to a speed that allows you to pose, check, and adjust your form. If you need to practice in only one spot on the floor, the gun can be set in a stationary position. If you need to shoot from every angle, then the gun will swivel 180 degrees from corner to corner and spread passes to you all over the perimeter. Although you'll clear the net with room to spare, the idea of the net being there encourages players to shoot with that ideal medium height arc. After 10 shots, you won't even see the net and you'll focus on just the target, the rim. This net is adjustable either up or down depending on how much arc the shooter is comfortable with. The electronic display allows you to see a running total of shots along with your makes and even calculates your percentage after every shot. The display does the work for you. All you have to do is record the number of makes after you've taken 20 shots. How easy can it get? Set up and take down is a no-brainer. Just roll it under the basket, extend the arms until they lock, and raise the carriage until its top is almost touching the goal. If you want the display to keep up with your makes, then hang the electronic eye from your goal. Plug it in, turn it on, make your adjustments for your workout, and begin to shoot. It's that easy and can be done in about 20 seconds. In fact, it's much easier than the original shoot away. Takedown is even easier. Turn it off, unplug it, lower the carriage, use the buttons to collapse the arms, and roll it away. If you're going to leave it outside, then cover it with its own handy waterproof top. This all can be done in just 15 seconds. It even takes up surprisingly little room in your storage closet. Although many see the gun as an off-season workout assistant, I have found that it solves a problem during season as well. Once season begins, most players get fewer shots than they do in the off-season. Practice involves so much team-building time that shooting practice becomes only a small part of a much bigger picture. This lack of reps allows a player's shooting habits and muscle memory to slip away a little at a time, to the point that many players hit a slump by mid-season. Given the gun's ability to give you 300 shots in 10 minutes, any player can keep the shooting edge sharpened during season. An extra 10 to 20 minutes per day during season will allow you to maintain all of the gains you achieved in the off-season. And what's best, with a little imagination, the gun can collapse time frames in any team practice and allow the players to get off more shots in less time. Loading the gun with several balls and incorporating game-like movements can give an entire team all the reps they need of game shots and game spots at game speed. The number of ways to use the gun by shoot-away is almost limitless. With a little imagination, you'll find that it's more than just a ball return machine. What I would have given to have one when I was growing up. You can find out more by going to www.shootaway.com, and if you call them and mention that you saw the gun on Better Basketball's Better Shooting video, you'll receive a discount on your purchase. Tell them Rick Torbett from Better Basketball recommended it. And if you're a player, recommend the gun to your coach as a great way to help your entire team. And tell your coach that if he or she tells the people at Shoot Away that Better Basketball recommended the gun, your coach will get a price discount. Again, That's shootaway.com or 1-800-294-4654.
The Better Basketball DVDs contain all the basics of player development, but also very advanced concepts, which is why the videos are studied even at the game's highest levels by the game's brightest minds. This section contains a few examples of the cutting-edge techniques on the Better Basketball DVDs. After a stellar playing career and then 25 years in coaching, Rick Torbett now spends his days studying the sport, freeing him up to discover the state-of-the-art concepts detailed on the Better Basketball videos. In fact, the DVDs include techniques to make you quicker by improving your biomechanics. Let's start by looking at how to improve your first step quickness out of Triple Threat.
When you take a long first step and your foot hits the ground in front of your knee, the shin forms an angle greater than 90 degrees with the ground. Your glutes are not recruited as your heel hits the ground first. In fact, this is actually the motion you'll use to stop, not to explode by your defender. So to compensate, your hamstrings must now pull your body forward until your weight is back to being over your knee, the point where your glutes and quads can be used. Your hamstring is weak and slow, and you even stand a chance of hurting it when you ask it to pull your body forward in this manner. So, to get the most out of your open step, shorten it slightly. Strike the ground with the ball of your foot and get your head and chest over your knee with your shin angled less than 90 degrees with the ground. Now you'll recruit your glutes for maximum explosion.
When Better Basketball puts a professional on our DVDs, we don't ask him or her to explain every skill from the ground up. That's Coach Torbett's job. Instead, we ask the pro for their areas of expertise, those skills that separate them from the rest of the pack. Here's a sample from NBA All-Star Chauncey Billups.
I've known defenders, and I've done it myself, when you start this move, this move, people, they hang you just for a second, just to give them a chance to, and refs can't see it, and but they'll try to hang.
The thing is, when I turn, I don't have to turn right here. I can get all the way around where you can't really hook me with your shoulder.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
If I'm halfway, now you still can hook me.
Right.
Back me up. But I'm coming this way. You can't get just my back right there.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It's my back. You can't really.
There's a small difference there, isn't there?
Yes, but it's a big difference.
Oh, I know it's big, but it's just a small movement by you.
Yeah, it's either here.
Yeah, I can still hang that. I can still
you can
catch
still
that.
hang that
I
one.
can still catch that. Yeah.
But if you get my back.
Right.
You can't really, ain't nothing you can do.
Let's change gears and get some instruction on playing without the ball, as Coach Torbett breaks down how to set your man up when a screen is being set for you. By the way, you may have noticed throughout these clips that men's and women's game footage is occasionally used. This is because Better Basketball obtained the rights to use international pro footage to illustrate the techniques on the videos. Look for that in the next section.
There's no need to be in a hurry. You can take your defender slowly into the screen. If he cheats toward the screen, use a change of speed to cut to the basket for a layup. Watch the cutter in this clip use the thread of the basket cut to set his defender up. He sees his defender cheating and makes a hard step toward the basket. If his defender did not respond, he would continue this cut and be shooting a layup. Instead, the cutter uses this threat to hang his defender on the down screen. Perhaps this is a good time to emphasize a change of speeds that all players should use. Rick Majerus says that all players should have 3 different speeds, and a player like John Stockton had 5. Consider that when you come off these screens. Set up your defender with 1 speed and come off the screen with another speed.
J.J. Redick has come as close to mastering the art of shooting as anyone. But even J.J. is still trying to take his shot to another level.
This is something I've been working on. You know, a lot of people will jab this way or jab this way.
Right.
Well, if I jab back here, you know, you're going to relax.
Right.
Well, I can go straight up now and shoot that ball. That's something that I've worked on.
Wow.
The other thing is come out here. You know, a lot of people have to have it on this side to shoot it, to get it off, where it's in their pocket. Well, what if I got you like this?
Right.
And I come all the way across my body, but I do it as I'm going into my shot, where there's not a lot of motion. I'm right into my pocket, straight up, shooting the ball.
Wow, that's tough.
Yeah,
that's all I can say. That's tough. The ball's not on your shot line, and you bring it on there.
Yeah, it's very tough to do. It's advanced stuff, and it's stuff that I haven't mastered yet, but it's stuff that I've been working on.
Here's Coach Torbett with some food for thought regarding the open step and the cross step, and how choosing one or the other will affect your pull-up jumper.
And one more thing to consider, for those of you who have already mastered the basics of the 1-2. If you start in triple threat and take one dribble before you use the 1-2 pull-up jumper, your quickness and the space you cover will be dependent on whether you use an open step or a cross step. First, let's watch an open step. He takes 3 steps and therefore covers a lot of ground. Now let's watch a player take a cross step. He needs just 2 steps and therefore covers half the ground, but the shot gets off quicker. That's why using a cross step on a 1 dribble pull-up is quicker. There's only 2 steps.
Our dribbling video, Better Ball Handling, has 7 chapters. One of those chapters is 12-year-old Andy Garcia demonstrating 115 dribbling drills. Many people hear 12-year-old and don't think advanced, but let's see if you've mastered this drill. And as a bonus, here's one more. Next, Coach Torbett has some thoughts on the importance of learning to move without the ball.
Regardless of which level you're playing at, the type of players, their age, sex, or style of play, dribble penetration occurs more often than any other action in the game. This means that there are lots of opportunities to score for those without the ball if they know where to move when a drive occurs. On the other hand, moving the wrong way becomes not just a missed opportunity for you to score, but often a turnover as well.
Let's conclude with a cutting-edge concept that both players and coaches should apply. Coach Torbett will introduce the circle movement, something he picked up from European basketball, and has since used as a key ingredient to his revolutionary offensive system, the read and react offense.
The last principle to look for throughout this chapter is a circle movement by the offensive players who don't have the ball. It's a broad principle for which there are a few exceptions, but look for it to occur in most cases. It looks like this. If the ball is driven to the right of the defensive player, then the offensive players circle to the right. If the ball is driven left, then they circle left. The reason that the circle movement is successful is that the movement of the offensive players will usually be in the opposite direction that the defense helps and rotates. If you're moving in the opposite direction that the defense has been trained to move, you have a much better chance of being open.
You've just experienced a few minutes of the advanced techniques on the Better Basketball videos. And there are hours of more player development instruction taught in a building block progression so that you'll get the fundamentals before you get the cutting-edge info. All on the full-length Better Basketball DVDs. To order, call 1-800-BETTER-B or learn more and order at betterbasketball.com.